Imagine Davante Adams joining the Detroit Lions offense. Sounds exciting, right? There's no denying his elite talent. He's one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. But his situation in Las Vegas has been rough, mainly because of inconsistent quarterback play. After thriving with Aaron Rodgers and having a decent year with Derek Carr, the Raiders' offensive struggles have held him back. It's no surprise that reports suggest Adams has asked for a trade. The Raiders, apparently, are willing to listen. If you're enjoying the content and want to stay up to date with everything about the Detroit Lions, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Here, we'll discuss the latest news, team strategies, and more. Your participation is essential for us to continue building a strong and passionate community for Lions. So let's break it down from a Detroit Lions perspective. A second-round pick to get a player like Adams? That seems like a steal. And if I'm the Lions front office, I'd be tempted. Add maybe a player and a lower-round pick, and you've got a deal that could work. Now, picture Adams on this offense. With Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, and the offensive line we have, it's a dream scenario. Adams isn't the type to create locker room drama either. Unlike the diva receivers of the past, his frustrations come from a desire to win. In Detroit, with Jared Goff as the quarterback and an upgraded offensive line, Adams could thrive. He's not a stats-first guy, he wants to win, and that fits perfectly with the Lions' culture under Dan Campbell. However, here's where it gets tricky, his contract. Trading for Adams would mean paying him $10 million for the rest of this season. That's doable. But in 2025 and 2026, he's owed $35 million per year. Can the Lions afford that while also needing to extend key players like Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Penei Sewell? Probably not. Keeping Adams would mean parting ways with other vital pieces, and that's a tough pill to swallow. As exciting as the idea of Adams in Detroit is, the long-term cost makes it difficult. Sure, the offense would be terrifying with him, but Brad Holmes has to think about the future, and that $35 million price tag doesn't fit. Sometimes the best moves are the ones you don't make. As much as I'd love to see Adams in Honolulu blue, it's probably not in the cards. So while it's fun to imagine Davante Adams catching passes in Ford Field, we have to face reality. The Lions are building something sustainable, and the long-term financial commitments that come with Adams could derail that plan. Brad Holmes has been meticulous in constructing this roster, prioritizing young talent and smart investments. A massive contract like Adams could force the Lions to make sacrifices elsewhere, whether it's letting go of key pieces on defense or not being able to lock down future stars like Amon-Ra St. Brown and Penei Sewell. That's a gamble you don't want to take when your core is on the rise. The Lions are already in a great position offensively. Jameson Williams is still developing, and Amon-Ra St. Brown continues to prove himself as one of the best young receivers in the league. With a solid quarterback in Jared Goff and a top-tier offensive line, Detroit doesn't need a big-name receiver to compete. Sure, Adams would elevate the offense, but at what cost? The team's current trajectory doesn't require taking on such a risky financial commitment. At the end of the day, Brad Holmes has to weigh the impact of adding a star like Adams against the future success of this roster. The Lions have their eyes on long-term goals, building a team that can compete for championships year after year. Sacrificing that for a short-term boost just doesn't fit the smart, calculated approach the front office has shown so far. As Lions fans, it's exciting to think about splashy moves, but what's more exciting is knowing that we're on the path to sustained success. Let's trust the process and continue building a team that's not just a contender for 1 year, but for many seasons to come. We're in good hands with Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell steering the ship, and it's only a matter of time before Detroit is on top. As a Lions fan, I understand the excitement surrounding a player of Davante Adams' caliber. The idea of having him on the team is irresistible, especially considering how he could integrate into our offense, which already has potential with players like Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams. Adding a talented and experienced receiver like Adams would certainly take our team to a new level. However, I also share the concern about the financial impact of this negotiation. The reality is that the NFL market is brutal, and the pressure to maintain a healthy balance between salaries and on-field talent is constant. Adams is a player who brings great value, but the cost of signing him could mean giving up other talents who are crucial to our long-term success. I think our franchise's focus should be on building a cohesive and strong team, which doesn't just have 1 or 2 big names, but which is capable of competing in all aspects. Cap management is a fundamental part of this, And giving up financial resources for a player who, although exceptional, may not be the key missing piece, could be a strategic mistake. We must keep faith in what we are building. The team already has a solid foundation and a culture that values teamwork and resilience. I believe Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell's approach to sourcing young talent and developing the team from within is the right path. We're on the right path, and as a Lions fan, I want to see our team thrive long-term, not just make a move for a player who may not fit our vision.